Today I'm going to be talking to you about how to better acknowledge your peers at work and why this emotional intelligence growth will help you get further in your career. Let's get into it. Why does acknowledging your peers at work matter? Well, you're in an organization with other people, and these other people have emotions just like you do. And if you start to acknowledge their emotions and give them credit for things, you'll have a positive reputation within your organization, which will help you progress your career further and faster than if you were just trying to be a lone wolf and have your head down and have your eyes closed the whole time, which is not going to work. If you're in a big organization, you need to play the game. So you either can learn to play the game or you can lose. There's no other alternative here. You learn, you play, or you lose. I really resisted a lot of this emotional intelligence stuff when I first started working, and I really wish I hadn't. So I'm trying to tell you right now, don't do that. Don't resist this. These emotional intelligence skills are super important. They perforate every aspect of your life, and I really didn't understand that coming from my emotional robot past, where I just saw emotions as something to suppress. You know, I'm being stoic. It's like, no, I was being more like Ned Flanders and just suppressing everything and bottling it up instead of actively dealing with it. Why is gaining emotional intelligence and acknowledging others so important? Because you shouldn't be taking credit for others' work. This is a very simple thing that I've noticed, where if you start acknowledging people for good work they do, so you're not taking credit for the work, you should be good standing on your own. You shouldn't have to steal people's work. Like, what are you doing, dude? Like be better. Just, stand out from your peers by performing. Actions speak louder than words. So put in some work, get good at the work, and you should be able to outshine your peers. This doesn't have to be an antagonistic situation with your peers. What I'm trying to say here is acknowledge your peers when they help you, acknowledge when they have ideas, and then see if they do the same for you. See if they have a similar emotional intelligence. I definitely have noticed as I've moved further up the ranks, you kind of have outliers on both sides. Some people are very emotionally calibrated, and others aren't really at all. And those are the ones that are usually relegated to be in the lab, and they don't really even get to talk to internal customers. They're just kind of sequestered and being their little brain in a back room. If that's what you're into, go to town. You should just close this video now. But if you want to get further in your career and raise as high as you feel like going, acknowledging your peers, gaining some emotional intelligence is incredibly important. I really think taking credit for someone else's work is incredibly short-sighted. I definitely would say you've experienced someone inside your organization that takes credit for other people's work, and they typically are pushed up and out. So it's a short-sighted thing. If you want to be a positive influence inside your organization, just giving some credence to what your peers do will take you pretty far. And this could be as simple as an email. This could be bringing something up, broaching the topic, saying, oh, this person came up with this great idea. We implemented it. Look at this. This is great. Or this person helped me out when we were in a pinch. This comes around to some social intelligence topics as well. Because if you start having the social intelligence to give credit to your peer, especially if they've helped you out when you're in a pinch, and you broadcast that publicly, you can start to cement yourself as an emotionally and socially intelligent person inside your organization. And if you're in an engineering organization like me, there probably aren't that many of you around, because the bar is super low when it comes to engineers and emotional and social intelligence. The last thing I'll leave you with is when you're providing feedback or giving acknowledgement to your peers, you should make positive acknowledgement be as public as possible. And then when it comes to negative things, you should have that be personal. That should be a phone call or an in-person meet, and you shouldn't broadcast negative things. This comes down to emotional and social intelligence 101 inside a large corporation, but I see many engineers who will just, personally go in on somebody when it's really inappropriate when you're at a big meeting. And that's something that just have a little bit more social and emotional awareness than that. It's not going to end well. Or you could just become known as that guy who will just go after whoever he thinks is wrong at whatever time. And that's how you become a guy that's stuck in the lab. I've seen it. It's going to happen. I don't want that for you. What I want for you is to just have some acknowledgement for your peers and start gaining some emotional intelligence today. To that end, if you enjoyed this video about acknowledging your peers, I have a whole playlist on growing your emotional intelligence, or EQ. Or if you're already an EQ rockstar, you can move on to social intelligence, or SQ. Or you could become known as that guy inside your organization and never move up. Up to you.